Hi, Rajeen Manis here with another Artful Paper Clay tutorial. Today I'm going to show you how to make a mold of your own artwork so that you can make multiples of something you really like. Everything you see in this video is also in my book, Artful Paper Clay, Techniques for Adding Dimension to Your Art, available on Amazon.com and wherever you buy great books. I have here an ornament that I made of a hand, and I made it on plastic and peeled away the plastic, so I just have this little ornament. Now I'm going to roll out some paper clay to make a mold. You can see when I show you the edge, it's about, a quarter of an inch to a half an inch thick. Sprinkle the top with talcum powder. That keeps everything from sticking to the clay. Take your ornament, or whatever it is you want to make a mold of, and press it in really well. Be sure to get every single edge pushed down without moving your ornament. Then, all you have to do is pick up your ornament, and there you have your impression. Now I'm going to let this dry, and that will be my mold. Now I'm rolling out another piece of clay, only this time it's not quite as thick, maybe more like a quarter of an inch to an eighth of an inch thick. Sprinkle the top with talcum powder just like you did before. That keeps the clay from sticking to anything. Now I'm going to get my mold, which is all dry, and notice I trimmed away the edges so it's not a huge piece of clay anymore. I cut the edges away so I saved the extra, and press in on all edges just like you did before. And when you lift it up, ta-da! There I have an impression of my original piece. And notice that wonderful detail that is maintained by the clay. It really holds detail very well, both when you're sculpting it, when you're making a mold of it, and when you are making a piece from your mold. Really, it loses very little detail. I'm trimming away the excess clay that I'm going to save, and then I'm going to lift this little hand off of the original piece of plastic, and I'm going to put it on a smaller piece of plastic and trim out all the fingers and everything, and there it is, ready to go. And now I'm going to smooth the edges either with my tool or with my finger, and I'm not adding extra water to it because it really doesn't need it right now because the clay is very moist. And I just tap in around the edges with my tool and clean it up. You always want to clean up your edges because those dry first, and if they dry crusty, that's how it's going to end up looking when you're all done. So you just clean up those edges. That's the difference between something that looks nice and finished and something that looks a little bit ragged. Don't want those ragged edges. So just take your time and go around and clean them all up, and you can kind of bevel that edge a little bit if you want it to not be so kind of cookie cutter looking. Anyway, that's how I do it. Another thing I like to do is just to kind of go over the lines a little bit and impress those a little bit more with my tool, just to give it a little more depth, look a little more like the original. Anyway, there you have it. Now I'm just going to let that dry, and then it's going to be ready to paint. Thanks for watching my video. This is Rajeen Manis. Get my new book, Artful Paper Clay, Techniques for Adding Dimension to Your Art, available on Amazon.com, Northlightshop.com, and wherever you buy great books. See you next time.